I help busy men drop body fat, build muscle, and increase confidence, all without spending hours in a gym or sacrificing their favorite foods using the Barbarian method. I have competed in 3 natural bodybuilding shows. I have run 3 marathons, and I've competed in high rocks competitions, all while eating strategically and not starving myself. And inside our Barbarian Physique coaching program, we've helped hundreds of busy men by now transform using these exact principles. Now, in today's video, I'm going to show you the exact foods that mimic Ozempic's hunger crushing effect naturally, and the foods that do the opposite and make fat loss nearly impossible. So we're going to talk about the good foods that mimic Ozempic's hunger crushing effects naturally, and we're going to be talking about the foods that do the opposites, that make you want to eat even more, which most people watching right now are likely eating, and that's probably why you're fat, right? And so we're going to break this down into 3 separate parts. So the first part will be why foods become addictive, why we become so addicted to just constantly eating food. Number 2, the 3 keys that make or that mimic Ozempic, which I'll discuss. And then lastly will be some comparisons, some client results, and how to actually apply this today. So let's dive into it. Starting with point number 1, which is this. There is a dark side to Ozempic. Ozempic works by slowing stomach emptying and reducing appetite hormones. That's all that it does. But it also comes with real risks most people don't even hear about. So I'm going to list out a couple negative health consequences here. And these are some of the documented side effects in clinical research. So number 1 is severe nausea and vomiting. Secondly is gastroparesis, which is basically stomach paralysis, which may require hospitalization. Muscle loss as well, like studies show up to 40% of weight loss is actually lean muscle mass, because a lot of people will just simply eat less, but then they also eat less protein and eat less other nutritious foods, which just makes them naturally not just lose weight, but lose muscle mass, right? And I tell this to my clients all the time, but there's a huge difference between fat loss and weight loss. And so that's why I always tell people that, like, I'm not a weight loss coach. I'm a fat loss coach, because losing weight, honestly, it's quite easy. You just don't eat. Go on Ozempic. That's how you lose weight. But I assume for most people watching right now, you don't just want to lose weight. You want to lose body fat while maintaining, if not building, more muscle, lean tissue, lean muscle mass along the way, right? Unless you want to end up looking like this frail, weak, malnourished, skinny, fat person, which no one wants. Like, no one wants, right? It's almost like, I'm trying to think of a character, but like, it's an undesired physique. It's not a healthy physique either. Your hormones, everything will plummet as well. And that's not what we were after here. What we're after is a lean, energetic, functioning body. And we do that by simply just losing the body fat, which slows you down, while maintaining and preserving, if not building, muscle mass, right? So once again, huge difference between weight loss and fat loss. Another thing that it could cause is gallbladder issues, pancreatic risk, nutrients deficiencies, like I just touched on, loss of appetite addiction, which is simply relying on medication to feel full all the time. Like, imagine living life constantly having to rely on a medication that you're going to be spending hundreds, if not thousands, for every single year, every single month, just to not eat food, right? And then the last thing here is the rebound weight gain when you do come off the drug, which no one talks about. It's like, yeah, it's all hippy-dippy while you're on it, but unless you're going to be on it for the rest of your life, which, I mean, I wouldn't want to, and most people don't want to either, right? You need to have a good exit strategy, because if you don't, you're just going to go back to your old habits again, and you're likely going to eat more than you used to because you've been so food deprived and so hungry. All right, so those are just some of the really common side effects of actually taking this drug. And now a 2023 study found that most people actually regained the weight within a year of stopping Ozempic. So it's simply just a Band-Aid. It's not going to fix your core issue. Like, if you're a fatty at heart, taking Ozempic is not going to fix it for you, especially if you don't have an exit strategy, right? And then let's touch on the financial costs. We talked about some negative health consequences, but let's talk about how much it could put a dent into your wallet, right? So here's the part that shocks most people. $900 to $1,100 per month without insurance. So with no insurance, around $1,000 a month. With insurance plans, it's around $200 to $300 a month. Now, some people pay up to $2,000 per month, depending on the location and prescription that you get. So it's going to run you a good amount, right? And these are like the same prices that most online fitness coaches charge, if not less, right? So, but with most programs, they actually teach you and give you sustainable results. Whereas this, you're simply paying a whole lot more for just a Band-Aid. Imagine paying quadruple the price for a Band-Aid that doesn't fix the issue versus just following or just signing up for an online fitness coaching program that will teach you all about nutrition, teach you about exercise, teach you about healthy habits, so that once you do get the results, you have all the knowledge and all the tools you need to sustain those results. And that's exactly what we teach inside of our program. Like, we want to make sure that every single one of the clients that we work with, that they feel good once they graduate the program, that they can continue on crushing it on their own. Because that's the ultimate goal. We don't want to coach people forever. We want them to get in, see phenomenal results, and then get out. And it's just like in a good way, right? We don't just like want to force them out. Like, they can stay however long they want, but we want to make sure that they feel confident exiting the program so they can keep on crushing it, right? Because I'm a firm believer that you should never have to rely on anything, whether it's Ozempic or a coaching program, right? Because eventually you should feel competent enough and confident enough to actually do the thing on your own. I mean, that's the ultimate thing. You don't just want to have a babysitter all the time. Like when we were children, yeah, we needed a babysitter. But over time, we grew up, we turned into adults. And as adults, we can take care of ourselves now, right? But by you taking Ozempic, it's almost like you're hiring a babysitter to force you to not eat. How crazy does that sound? You're an adult. You're a grown adult. And if you can't stop putting food into your mouth, you have bigger issues. And Ozempic is not going to fix that for you. It's just simply a Band-Aid. It's a babysitter. You need to build up the habits necessary, not just to get the results you want, but to maintain them. And Ozempic does not teach you any of that. And so, like I said, it's just short-term medication. You often need to take it for years to keep the weight off. Now imagine spending up to $12,000 per year to control hunger, when you can get the same appetite effect from the foods I'm about to list in today's video. The ones that I personally eat, the ones that my clients eat to help them thrive and feel energized, right? And so here's why all of you are overeating right now, and why all of you, or no, maybe all of you, but 75% of Americans are obese and are overweight. So essentially what Ozempic does, it works by blunting appetite hormones like GLP-1. But hyper-palatable foods overwhelm those satiety signals. So here's what makes food so addictive. Here are a couple of characteristics of what makes food so addictive. It's got low protein, so minimal protein. It's got a low fiber. It has low water content. It has high carbs and high fats combined. So not just only high carbs or only high fats, but it's the combination of high fats and high carbs that make food so addictive. Think of any food right now: chips, cookies, Oreos, ice cream. All of these foods, what they have in common, right? No protein, no fiber, low water content, high carbs and high fats combined, right? So just something to make you think, right? On top of that too, what makes food so addictive? Quick chewing, fast reward, right? And then lastly is big dopamine spikes. You eat a slice of pizza, oh my goodness. Signals go to the brain. I want more, I want more, I want more. Handful of Skittles, I want more. Handful of M&Ms, I want more. And that's how you become addicted. And that's how you keep on overeating. And that is why you end up gaining 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds every single year. And it's going to keep on going. And Ozempic won't fix that for you, unfortunately. Now, a 2019 NIH study found that people ate up to 500 extra calories per day when eating ultra-processed, hyper-palatable foods, even when meals matched for calories and protein. That is the modern food environment. Like, that's literally the world we live in right now. So your biology never stood a chance. Now, I personally grew up as a chubby kid in the Netherlands, eating this stuff, eating this crap. It wasn't really a discipline problem that I had. It was just a biology problem. It was an environment problem. I was surrounded by these foods. Not just me, but like everyone. But like the reason I was chubby and fat growing up as a kid is because I could not control myself. I did not build the habits I needed. I did not have the knowledge I needed up until I decided to make the change. When I actually went through the process, went through the journey, when I finally was able to get rid of all the body fat, but not only that, do it the right way. So I was able to maintain it and keep on getting better over time. Moving on to point number 3, the 3 things that mimic Ozempic naturally. This is what you came for. So Ozempic works by slowing stomach emptying, reducing hunger hormones, and increasing fullness hormones. Now, certain foods do this exact same thing naturally, safely, and without the side effects. So there are 3 specific foods that I eat every single day, that I have my clients eat every single day, that literally mimic the effects Ozempic has on your body. Starting with food number 1, protein. Protein boosts GLP-1 and PYY, which are the same satiety hormones Ozempic targets. It also has the highest thermic effect, which means that it takes longer for your body to break down and digest, and it actually burns more calories trying to digest the protein compared to the other 2 macronutrients, fats and carbs. And now a study found that high protein diets reduce daily calories by up to 450 calories without even trying. So by you watching right now, if you simply increase your protein intake, eat more protein, whether it's from chicken breast, from beef, from fish, from tuna, from Greek yogurt, from cottage cheese, whatever you want, you will likely eat less calories because it's going to keep you fuller for longer, and it's going to keep you satiated. Food number 2 is fiber. Fiber expands your stomach, it slows digestion, and it reduces hunger, which are all amazing characteristics and all amazing things you want happening when you're trying to lose weight. Because I don't know about you, but I would rather play fat loss on easy mode as opposed to hard mode. Now, what I mean by that is that if you mainly eat more protein and fiber, and one more food that I'm going to list later on, you're just going to make sticking to your diet a whole lot easier because you're not going to be craving food. You're not going to be hungry all the time. And you get to just live life and not be so food focused. Whereas if you're trying to lose weight, still eating your highly processed junk food diet, you're just going to be craving a whole lot more food. You're going to be thinking about food. Your serving sizes are going to be horribly small because all these hyper-palatable foods, they're very calorically dense, which means that you cannot really eat as much of it as you would like while maintaining a calorie deficit, right? Because let's say, for example, 140 calories of Oreos, or let's say 500 calories of Oreos. That's like maybe like a couple cookies, whereas 500 calories worth of a salad is a huge bowl. And so just ask yourself this question: which one is going to keep you fuller for longer? If you're smart, you're going to say the salad, right? Whereas the Oreos are not going to keep you as full. And after you're done eating those Oreos, you're going to want to eat even more of those Oreos. Whereas after you're done eating the salad, which once again, both have the same amount of calories, like you're not going to be craving any more salad. Like you're good, you're content, you're chilling. You can move on with the rest of your life, right? And the third food is water-rich foods. So foods high in water add a lot of volume and stretch to stomach receptors. So think of potatoes, specifically russet potatoes. They are the highest on the satiety index. I've been incorporating more potatoes into my diet as of recently, and they've been an absolute game changer. I eat quite a bit because my calories are pretty high. I'm currently training for my 4th marathon coming up, and then my 2nd High Rocks competition coming up in 2026. I'm going for a sub 3-hour marathon. So my body, like I require a lot of calories. I require a lot of fuel, but potatoes are a great source of carbs and they're very filling, super, super filling. So if you're struggling with hunger, add potatoes, specifically russet potatoes, into your diet because they, once again, are the highest on the satiety index, which means that they're very satiating. Definitely recommend. Other foods could be fruits, any type of fruit. Vegetables, any type of vegetable, specifically those green leafy vegetables. Broth-based meals as well. These are the OG appetite killers. Now, this trio, protein, fiber, and water-rich foods, equals the Ozempic effect. So by simply incorporating these foods into your diet, you're quite literally going to be mimicking Ozempic, right? Protein, fiber, water. You're going to have slower digestion. You're going to have more fullness. You're going to have fewer cravings and lower calories overall naturally. Just like the drug, but way healthier with zero side effects. If anything, you're going to have positive effects, right? So moving on to point number 4, which is the 2 spectrums of food. So number 1, it's the hyper-palatable, hunger-increasing foods. So think of like your pizzas, your ice cream, chips, pastries, burgers, restaurant meals, all these foods. All of these foods, what they have in common is that they're all low in protein, they're all low in fiber, and they're all low in water. And they're also high in calories and high in dopamine. This is the anti-Ozempic diet, which most people follow. Now let's touch on this satiating, Ozempic mimicking foods, which are chicken breast, eggs, potatoes, which once again, the most satiating food ever measured, berries, veggies, Greek yogurt, lean beef, beans, lentils. All of these foods, what they have in common, high protein, high fiber, and high water volume, which equals natural appetite suppression. So if you want to mimic the effect of Ozempic within your body, eat more of these foods and eat less of the other foods. It's that simple, guys. It is that simple. Focus on the foods you put into your body. Focus on your diet, and you will be successful. Don't look for a Band-Aid. So let me showcase some real client case studies. One of my clients, Jeff, he's down 55 pounds while working 12-hour shifts. So he is super busy, very, very busy. So we simply shifted his lunches from sandwiches and chips, which are hyper-palatable foods, to protein, potatoes, and veggies. His hunger vanished and his calories dropped naturally while still eating huge portions, if anything, larger portions than he was before. He was eating like this tiny little sandwich with a bunch of just like crap in it. It was very calorically dense and it didn't really keep him full. And when we replaced that and his bag of chips, whatever, with like a huge meal of potatoes and veggies and chicken breast, it was like this massive Tupperware container that he would bring to work. And he was so full. It was like, Coach Cohnan, like, I don't think I can finish this. I'm like, yes, that's awesome. Like, you don't have to finish it. Save it for later. I mean, we saved so many calories with him, right? And moving on to my second client here, Charles, went from 180 down to 148. He ate massive, high-volume, Barbarian-style meals inside of their program. Chicken breast, russet potatoes, fruits, veggies. And he messaged me saying that I didn't know dieting could feel this easy because he thought he had to starve himself. He thought he had to eat these tiny little salads, bland, boring fish, unseasoned meals. But that could not be further from the truth. Could not be further from the truth. And then lastly, Yvonne. First 20 pounds lost. Once we fixed her meal volume, she stopped snacking entirely. Like, you'll notice that if you clean up your diets and actually eat proper meals, like actual meals that actual adults should be eating, that incorporates fiber, protein, veggies, fruits, you're not going to be snacking around the clock. You're not going to feel the urge to snack because you're going to be like, that was so filling. Like, I don't even want to eat my next meal, let alone snack. Right? And then once you're at that place, automatic or fat loss will literally become automatic. And who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to lose fat loss effortlessly? I mean, I do. My clients do. You? I mean, that's up to you. You can either you can either go on Ozempic and not fix your eating habits and spend thousands of dollars a month and a year on a Band-Aid. That's just not really going to fix a whole lot for you. Or you can join our program where we literally teach you how to do this. And once we teach you how to do it, you're not going to be reliant on me. Like, you're not going to be like coached by me forever, hopefully, right? That's the goal. Typically, our clients see results within 3 to 6 months. And once that time is up, it's like you don't have this reoccurring subscription that you're relying on. I've taught you everything you needed to. You've seen the results you've been wanting to make. And then boom, you're good. You can spread your wings. You can do your own thing now. That's what we teach inside of our program. And Ozempic does not teach you that. So for myself, right, like I've already mentioned this, but I like to just say it again, right, because I've gone shredded for 3 bodybuilding shows. I ran 3 marathons. I've competed in high rocks competitions, all by using foods that mimic Ozempic naturally. Never taken Ozempic before, and I never will. And my hunger stayed low the entire time because the food did the work for me, not the drug. So here's how you can apply everything that I just taught you in today's video into your current routine right now. How to eat the Barbarian way. Step 1, anchor every single meal with protein, 30 to 60 grams within every single meal. This is your natural GLP-1 booster. So once again, think of your chicken, specifically the leaner cuts of chicken. Chicken breast is great. Lean ground beef, lean ground turkey, fish, salmon, cod, low-fat Greek yogurt, low-fat cottage cheese, skim milk. Step number 2, add high-volume carbs. Potatoes win for me. Oats, fruits, rice, they also work. Vegetables as well. Number 3 is add fiber-rich produce, veggies, berries, and greens. Step number 4 is add controlled fats. Fats are essential for your hormones, but don't overdo them. Think of your avocados, your nuts, your seeds, and olive oil. But make sure you measure them out, right? And then step 5, the last step here, is save those hyper-palatable foods for controlled settings. So don't ban them completely, but they should not be like your daily drivers. And one of the easiest things that I found for myself and all of our clients is just to not have them in the house. Like, why tempt yourself with junk food every single day whenever you open up your fridge, whenever you open up the pantry? It's like you're just torturing yourself. You see the box of Fruit Loops every single day. And every single time you see it, you have to use your willpower and your discipline to say no, 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 no. Whereas I use zero discipline. I use zero willpower because it's not even in my environment. I haven't even thought about junk food today up until this point when I'm making this video because it's not in my environment. Every time I open up my fridge, I'm not bombarded by all these crazy sweet foods. Like all I see is my meal prep. That's it. So every time I open up my fridge, I'm like, okay, let me eat my meal prep because it's what's most convenient. It's what's in my house. It's okay, easy. Boom, there you go. Whereas if I had all these junk foods in my house, leftover pizzas, frozen pizzas, burgers, whatever people have in their house, in their fridge, like you're just going to be tempting yourself. And once again, why do that? I want to put fat loss on easy mode, not on hard mode, right? And so if you follow this, you can literally mimic the appetite control of Ozempic without even touching the drug. So to wrap up, if you are a busy man or woman and you want to drop body fat, build muscle, and increase your confidence, all without spending hours in the gym or sacrificing your favorite foods or without using Ozempic, this is exactly what I help people do using the Barbarian method. So what you can go ahead and do is schedule a free consultation call with me down below, where we'll essentially go over your current goals. We'll see exactly how much fat you're looking to lose, how much muscle you're trying to build. We'll see exactly what's holding you back right now, whether it's your food, your workouts, your structure, your accountability, whatever's holding you back right now. And then together, we're going to create a game plan to help you absolutely crush your goals within the next 3 to 6 months. So if that sounds good to you, the link will be in the description down below. Any other questions for me, just let me know. I'll speak to you soon. Peace.